Hey everyone, it's Dot, and welcome to my keto reset, or my reset of my reset, I should say. And let me give you a sort of an update of how things went this week. As I told you the last time, my sister was flying into town. She's going to be staying with my mom and helping me out and sort of taking care of my mother. So officially this week, my mother, as of a few days ago, moved back to her apartment. My sister is living with her, and which is great. It makes things, I don't want to say easier necessarily, but it definitely takes a lot of pressure off of me so I can focus on my own health, which is what my sister really wanted me to do. While she takes care of my mom, I could focus on my own health. And this week was sort of a mixed bag health-wise. What was great, and I felt a lot of relief with her coming into town, there was the added pressure of, okay, I got to move mom, I got to pack up all of her stuff, I got to make her apartment safe for her, and make it also a livable space for my sister before she got here. So it was just, my sister took pressure off of me. There was a lot of pressure I still put back on myself, which, you know, we all do that. So it was a week of just a lot of moving, a lot of working activities. The good thing was I got a great workout out of it, which I haven't been able to work out because of my foot for a while. So that was great. The bad news was it took a toll on my leg, which if you don't know, I have my left leg, my calf muscles, the two main calf muscles in my leg have basically, where they stretch out long-wise, they basically have contracted and it's become one big ball. So what that does is there's like a long string that basically attaches to my Achilles tendon, and it's just pulling on it and making my ankle painful when I walk on it. On occasion, it's not consistent. So what I've started doing is I have to do these different stretches throughout the day, about 3 to 4 times a day, to help lengthen those calf muscles out consistently, to get them, sort of unravel them, if you will. And that is great to do, and it takes a lot of pressure off my ankle. However, when I find when I get myself so overly busy, I forget to do my stretches, or maybe I do it once a day or twice a day. I feel it the next day. Eventually my ankle loosens up, the calf muscles loosen up, and I feel great. However, with my mother, and when I was packing everything up, and also I'm still taking care of her, I just didn't take care of myself, essentially. And it's still the same problem I'm running into, is I'm putting all effort into everybody else but myself. And instead of taking that 1 or 5-minute break to stretch out my ankle or to stretch out my leg, which would have saved me a lot of pain. It is what it is. But if you're curious, one of the things that I use, because I know some of you have written me about it and you have the same problem that I have. One of the things I do as far as a tool that I use is called a Strassburg Sock. And I wear this when I sleep. And basically what the sock does, if you look at my right leg versus my left leg, I'm showing you with my foot down, my right leg is pretty much in a relaxed position. I'm not stretching it, I'm not flexing it, it's just relaxed. This is what we do when we sleep. My left leg, which has the Strasbourg sock on, has a strap that pulls my toes upward. And essentially what that does, my foot is relaxed, but I'm forcing my muscles to basically elongate. And I sleep with this sock on all night long. So yes, 8 hours of sleep while I'm in bed. This sock is going, I'm wearing it, and basically it stretches my muscles out each night. And it is one of the best things I've ever basically purchased, and I love it. Because the next morning I feel great. My ankle isn't as stiff. The muscles are pretty much engaged. They're warmed up already from all night of stretching. It's just wonderful. However, it is, you know, you still have to do your stretching throughout the day. Now, one of the things that happens with the situation of my foot is, if you look at right now, my right foot, as you see, I'm sort of pulling it up where it's engaged. And I'm sort of flexing it back as far as I can flex it. My left foot, I'm flexing it back, but the truth is the only reason why it's as far back as it is because I'm wearing the sock. My foot just doesn't go back as far because my muscles just aren't working as well as they should be. So the result is I have a much better mobility in my right foot than I do in my left foot. And as a result of that, it's hard for me to walk up and down stairs without falling. Not a good situation. I'll trip a lot more. My foot just sort of flops a little. My left foot tends to flop a little bit because the muscles aren't working as well as they should be. This is why the stretching really helps. So I'm just sort of dealing with that right now, which is great. I overdid something instead of taking care of myself and taking the time out. Now, as far as diet, it was sort of a 50-50 week, whereas I had times I ate really great, I did the right thing. Then I had those days where I couldn't put any weight on my foot, so standing in the kitchen to cook just wasn't an option. So we'd go out to eat. And for me, going out to eat is just not a good situation because I'm used to, it's a habit now. When I go out to eat, I have a drink of wine or two, a glass of wine or two. You know, I'm not controlling the food, so I'm not quite sure how they make the food. I'm not sure of all the ingredients, whether or not there's too much salt, which will swell me up, or if there's any sugar in any sauces I'm having, or whatever it may be. So that makes it sort of a crapshoot. And also, you know, when I go out to eat, you know, I guarantee you they're giving me more food than I actually need to eat, too. That's the other thing. It's sort of these really big portions. So, you know, I probably am taking in way more than I need to, than my body wants. But I'm not really thinking about it because I'm enjoying the day. You always consume more calories when you're out having dinner with somebody, with a friend, or with your husband, and someone's serving you. So that's why I said this week is probably 50-50. But what I'm excited about with my mom now in her apartment, where she really wanted to be a little bit more independent. My sister's there to sort of keep an eye on her for any needs that she may have. I'm in a situation now where I really can focus on my health and really get back on track. And that makes me so happy and excited. This morning I woke up. I didn't have to make someone else's breakfast. I didn't have to help my mom get downstairs. Not that I was angry about doing that or upset about doing that, but I could really focus on myself. So the first thing I did when I got out of bed was I did my stretches. It was very painful and it hurt like heck, but I did my morning stretches like I was supposed to do, which I haven't done in a long time. And then went downstairs, took care of the dog, took care of myself, and did my normal routine. I just sort of fell back into it, which was nice, which meant I didn't eat first thing in the morning. I wasn't eating because I was making breakfast for my mom and the smells went off and, you know, I had to eat something. I'm sort of getting back into my old routine, which is nice, which will help me get back into eating right and taking care of myself and doing all the things I really need to do to make sure I'm healthy and I can then offer or help my mom do the things that she needs to do. But I can't do it if I'm not healthy and if I'm hurting and if I'm not feeling great or energetic. So I'm really excited going forward. And again, I'm still going to be there for my mom. It's just nice to know I've got someone else who is helping me out, which is my sister. So I'm so happy that she moved here. I'm looking forward to this coming week to really see how I do. And I think this is the week I'm really going to have the breakthrough with my keto reset. So I'm very excited about that. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Also, tell me how you're doing with your own personal reset. And subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. And until next time, I'll see you next week.